Okay, so we have that one recording and this one recording. And we are week 10. How are you?
Good.
Yeah? You're happy?
Yes.
Okay. Week 10. I have titled it Explore Natural English. Fixed expressions and natural structures. Explore language blocks. Blocks. This was a way of summarizing a few things, a few scattered things that I wanted to cover. So we have fixed expressions, idiomatic phrases, structures that give emphasis. I know, Belen, this is very small, you know?
Thank you.
And more natural ways or alternative ways of asking questions, okay? So in the spirit of explore, this is an exploration topic. And it's a progression from constructing the language one word at a time into constructing the language from language blocks. So these are blocks of words, 1, 2, 3, 4 words that always appear together. This sometimes comes up in the use of English category of formal exams, which is just, okay, you just need to know it. Yeah. You need to know how these blocks appear in nature, in the natural world of English, okay? So this is how I've summarized it, okay? The first one, the idioms and natural expressions, and I've given you 3 examples. Ring a bell. Maybe it came up in one of the classes, I don't remember. Pero eso de me suena eso, me suena aquello. In English, it's to ring a bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Me suena la campana, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. And how we use it is, that, or the thing, the object, becomes the subject, and it's, it rings a bell. Brownie points. Puntos para quedar bien o ganarse el favor de alguien. You get brownie points for that contribution. Or my boyfriend got brownie points for cleaning the kitchen this morning, or whatever. Willy-nilly.
Eso me encanta.
Yeah, I like willy-nilly as well. I said it to my son actually a couple of months ago, like, you can't just do that willy-nilly, and he was like, eh? He didn't understand me. Yeah, willy-nilly. The way I normally use it is like this. I think this is an expression in Spanish, no? Sin ton ni son, which I think is quite funny as well. Which means you can't just do it haphazardly or randomly. Someone's calling me. Okay, I wanted to put that on airplane mode. Wait, it doesn't matter. Continued. Okay, so, but there's another meaning for it as well, which is sí o sí, or quieres o no. Like you don't have a choice.
Por ejemplo, lo de you have to eat the
Lentils.
Lentils. Willy-nilly.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, like I had to eat my lentils willy-nilly. Yeah, you could. That's the word lentejas, lentils. Yeah, I don't use it like that, but you can use it like that.
Pero a ver, a mí willy-nilly me suena como un juego de palabras. Sí o sí, es que estoy hablando en serio. Hay que hacerlo sí o sí.
Yeah, normally willy-nilly is not when you're enforcing it. It's more like when they have enforced it on you. And you go, I had to do that willy-nilly. Like without a good justification. No, it was like, I had to do it porque me vio obligada. No? You know? Yeah, exactly. Okay, but it's just an overview. This is just, we can't study all of the English idioms in this class or in any class. So this is just another introduction to the fact that they exist and the fact that you have to learn them in blocks, okay? Fixed expressions. This is another category. Fixed expressions and I call them article patterns. I have included a bonus section at the end of this class content, which is dedicated to looking at the context where we don't use el artículo, no? The article, we don't use it, but you do. For example, voy al colegio. Yeah, voy al colegio es voy a el colegio, ¿no? El es el artículo, por supuesto, se junta, ¿no? Voy al colegio. But in English, it's I go to school, not I go to the school. Yeah, este es un error súper común. Y muchos contextos muy parecidos, en muchos contextos muy parecidos, se ve los mismos errores comunes una y otra vez, ¿okay? Y vamos a echar un vistazo a estos contextos donde aparece un artículo en español y como os he enseñado muy bien en Essential traducir todas las palabras, pues el alumno va y lo traduce, pero nosotros no lo usamos en este contexto. Sobra, ¿ok? Entonces, este contexto subraya, ilumina, destaca estos patrones, en parte esto, ¿ok? So, sometimes you see where the article disappears. Sometimes you see that the article changes, and then it's maybe one article in Spanish and a different article in English. And sometimes you see just a different ordering of the words, okay? So, for example, at all is not a direct translation from en absoluto or para nada, but that's how we say it. So there's a language block there, no? Before bed, you cannot translate that antes cama. Yeah, es antes de irme a la cama, antes de acostarme, no? And so it's a word block, but it can be it's a language block that can be reused in other contexts, because you could have before bed, before dinner, before breakfast, before school, before work. It's a language block that can be reused to make sentences. In the end, al final, at night, por la noche. There we are omitting the article, no? Mm-hmm. On time, a tiempo. Indirect questions versus direct questions. Okay, this, you can look at it for more natural conversation or just variation in your conversation. A very simple question, direct question, would be, where is he? But an indirect version of that would be, do you know where he is? Does anyone know where he is? Could you tell me where he is? You know? When we're learning, when we're starting, we often go for the direct questions because we don't know how to construct those an indirect question is a more complex structure grammatically, no? And the order changes, no? Where is he? Is he? This is a swapping of the order of the subject and the verb. But when you make an indirect question, it goes the other way, no? Where he is. Focus structures, what I call cleft sentences. I have introduced you very briefly to the idea of cleft sentences, which are frases hendidas in Spanish, in your question masterclass, which is in the content in the very last module of the Essential course. There's like a bonus page. Maybe you didn't see it. I don't think you've seen it, okay? But I can send it to you. And this is a way of, again, changing the order of the sentence so that you emphasize a different part of the sentence. So, I bought the book yesterday. Yo compré el libro ayer. In comparison with, it was yesterday that I bought the book. Fue ayer que yo compré el libro. Okay? The same thing exists in Spanish. But again, when we're learning, when we're in the essential phase, we tend to stick with these structures.
Ese that se podría cambiar por when? It was yesterday when I bought
Yesterday when I bought the book, yes. And it's fine, it's perfect. Okay? So you can look at these as more sophisticated, more advanced, or you can just look at them as variations. Okay? We are trying to enrich your English. We're trying to give you different options. We're trying to give you different ways of looking at it. And by giving you different ways of looking at it, we're also just revising the same words, the same vocabulary, and the same structures. Because if I come and show you a different structure, a new structure, at the same time, we're revising the old structure. Yeah? Estamos repasando the old structure. Okay? So I have, in order to link this with Grammaria, I have called them the language blocks of Grammaria. And I've given you a picture. Okay, so you can imagine these stones in Grammaria that you find in this magical land where they have your little words on them, your little groups of words. Okay, it's just a visual representation. So I've said here, this is what I've already said to you today. Nos centramos en palabras individuales, in essential. But here, I want to show you that natural English is not only constructed word by word, no? We also use blocks of language, the same as in Spanish. This also occurs in Spanish. So small groups of words that appear together again and again. So instead of constructing a sentence from zero or word by word, the brain is learning to insert these patterns, okay? The examples I've just shown you, these are the 4 types. This is just an introduction to the idea that these expressions can be looked at like language stones and what they're useful for, okay? Nothing more there. Okay, so idioms. This is just an amplification of what we've just done, okay? Does that word ring a bell? ¿Te suena esa palabra? Yeah? Another one. Yeah, the brownie points one. He bought flowers for his partner to earn some brownie points. Compró flores para su pareja para ganarse algunos puntos. Yeah? To gain approval or favor. Willy-nilly. And here there are 2 examples of willy-nilly with the 2 different meanings, no? Don't just blurt out sentences willy-nilly. No sueltes frases sin ton ni son, sin pensar, yeah?
Blurt out is soltar.
Yeah, blurt out is a phrasal verb, basically meaning decir algo sin pensar. Yeah, sin pausa, sin, yeah? Soltarlo, así, casi vomitarlo. And then I had to go to the meeting willy-nilly, tuve que ir a la reunión sí o sí. It's like what I was explaining before, like I had to go obligada. No, I was forced to go. I don't normally use it like that, but you can use it like that. I normally use willy-nilly like this. Like it's random, al azar. Okay, so here's a little practice. Bruno, what does the first sentence mean? That movie title rings a bell.
Lo digo en español.
Yeah.
Esa película me suena. O sea,
More specifically?
Ese título de esa película me suena.
Yeah.
El título de esa película me suena.
Good. Next one. He cleaned the kitchen to earn brownie points with his mum.
Limpió la cocina para ganarse los puntos con su madre, ¿no?
Yeah. Take pride in your homework. Don't just do it willy-nilly. I've missed a Y. There should be willy there.
Haz bien los deberes, no los hagas sin ton ni son.
Yeah. Something curious, yeah, just a side note, because I missed off the Y there, so it made me think. This word, willy, do you know this word in English, in another context? Do you know it?
Es un nombre, ¿no? Pero es...
Guillermo.
Okay,
William.
you have William, yeah, which in English is Guillermo, no? William, and yes, Will is an abbreviation, and Willy is an abbreviation. And funnily enough, another abbreviation is similar, yeah? You have Richard, Ricardo, no? The abbreviation is Dick, okay? There's an association. You know the word Dick, no? What does the word Dick mean?
Polla.
Yeah, okay? So Dick means polla and Willy means pito.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's partly why my child the other day, when I said, don't just do it willy-nilly, he was like, eh? There's another association. It's not a swear word. Dick is stronger, no? Because Dick is polla. But Willy is like, oh, let me see your Willy, you know, or I can see your Willy. el pitillo, okay? Obviously in this sentence, it has nothing to do with that, okay? Just a side note. Curiously, your name, I think, yeah, because in English you have Stephanie, and I think an abbreviation for Stephanie is Fanny, and Fanny is Chocho. Like no se suele usar hoy en día. These ones, yeah. For the boys, yeah. Fanny. Hay mujeres que se llaman Fanny, pero es un poco como antiguo.
¿Y Stephanie le llaman a la gente Stephanie?
Yeah, or Steph.
Eso tiene...
Steph's okay. No, there's no like association with genitals.
No me faltaba ya con tantos motes que tengo.
Okay, so yeah, so now we've moved on to the fixed expressions, just to look at them a bit closer. There's not much more to explain. This one, at all. I don't understand it at all. No lo entiendo en absoluto. Okay, you have to know how to use it and you have to know how to understand it. Next one. At night. I prefer to study at night. Not in the night. Yeah, if you have a use of English exam and you say in the night, they're going to be like, nah.
¿Y on the night?
No.
Nada. At night.
At night. At night. This one, on time. Yeah, the train arrived on time. Yeah, which is more or less equivalent to Spanish, because a can be on as well, no? It's true that I normally translate Spanish as at, no?
¿Y at the time?
No.
Para algo en concreto no...
Yeah, at what time? At 1 o'clock. When we're talking about specific time, we do use at. Yeah. What time shall we meet? At 1 o'clock. What time are you going? At the time we agreed.
Okay.
But when it's a tiempo, it's on time. And I use this gesture because I use this gesture for the days as well. This gesture means like apuntar. Yeah, like apuntamos en los días. On Monday. Yeah, on Tuesday. I go dancing on Wednesdays. Yeah, I have English on Mondays. We're going to see that too. And on time, it's like apuntar. 4, in the end, which is very similar to Spanish, no? Except the literal translation would be en el final, no? So again, you have to learn it like this, in the end. In the end, we decided to stay home. Al final decidimos quedarnos en casa. And the last one, before bed, which is a repeatable structure for other contexts. I like to read before bed. Me gusta leer antes de acostarme. O antes de irme a la cama. It's the same thing. Mini practice. You have to figure out how to complete the sentences. I don't like coffee.
Pues no lo sé, I don't like coffee.
You have to think of one of the language. Yeah.
Azul. Vale.
Nada de nada.
Yeah.
What night?
You could. Well done. Thinking outside the box. Artist. There's the artist Stephanie coming out. Okay. Yes. Thinking outside the box. You could say that if you want. Or what else? There's another one. Because now you made me think of another one. So. But there's another one on the page. I don't like coffee at all. I don't like coffee at night. I don't like coffee before bed.
Ahí hay un matiz. Si te gusta el café, if you like coffee, you like coffee.
Coño, pero en la frase está bien. En la frase está bien.
No debo. I mustn't drink coffee.
Yeah, it's true. It's for me, I would, yeah, exactly. Me personally, with the way I am fussy about words. Fussy is quisquilloso or tiquismiquis, yeah? Fussy.
Que se escribe fussy.
With 2 S's. Yeah, rhymes with pussy. Pussy is another word for chocho. Pussy is the opposite to polla. Estoy aprovechando. Pero la pronunciación es diferente. Digo que rima, pero no rima. Because this is fussy and this is pussy. Yeah, you have a and Okay. No hace falta escribirlas porque las palabras que son tacos o que son traviesas son las más fáciles de aprender en cualquier idioma. Es que tienen una manera de pegar, es así. Por eso las asociaciones, cuando digo las películas mentales, asociaciones traviesillas, funcionan. Okay, I usually check my phone. Yeah, that works. I wasn't thinking of that one, but yeah, I usually check my phone willy-nilly.
On time.
Yeah, but why? Normalmente miro mi teléfono a tiempo.
Pues cuando suena. Mi madre siempre dice que nunca estoy con el teléfono pendiente, en plan, y nunca cojo el teléfono.
Okay,
Pero
yes, but that is not...
Before bed.
I usually check my phone before bed, that works. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to say, like, I never check my phone when someone calls, for me, I'm more likely to say, I am detached from my phone, or I'm not super attached to my phone, or there is a boundary. I place boundaries between me and my phone. No? So I usually check my phone on time is weird. On time is for like puntualidad. Okay? Y cuando alguien se queja de tu comportamiento con el teléfono, de no responder cuando llamen, no están hablando de puntualidad. Están hablando de atención y estás en tu derecho. En mi opinión. Okay? So I usually check my phone. Yeah, I usually check my phone at night. I usually check my phone before bed. I usually check my phone. What else have we got here? Yeah, at night or before bed. Next one. Bruno.
In the end, everything worked out.
Yeah, in the end everything worked.
Worked.
Hay que enfatizar la ED porque viene detrás de una K. Y tiene que ser un sonido fuerte. Worked. Yo lo digo como si fuera una T. Worked. Si no, se pierde. Lo comes. And I didn't hear it. Yeah? In the end, everything worked out. Indirect questions. This can be a more natural way to ask, or it's just a variation. Las preguntas directas son claras, pero a veces pueden resultar demasiado bruscas o inapropiadas. El inglés suele utilizar preguntas indirectas para sonar más educado y natural o simplemente como una variación. Yo creo que en español igual. Okay? So, direct question, where is the station? Indirect question, do you know where the station is? Notice something important. This is what I said to you before. This is this. Okay? The word order becomes subject plus verb in the context of the indirect question. Yeah? And this is a very common error made when people construct or try to construct these indirect questions. It's nothing to do with the passive voice. Okay? The passive voice is characterized by the existence of some variation of the verb to be plus the past participle, and where something that might have been the object in the active sentence becomes the subject in the passive voice sentence.
Okay.
Yeah? I can understand the association, but it's not the same thing. Okay? So, another example. What time does the film start? ¿A qué hora empieza la película? And do you know what time the film starts? ¿Sabes a qué hora empieza la película? Okay, so I don't feel like I'm teaching you something new here that doesn't exist in Spanish, but I am drawing your attention to this change of order of things, okay? I mean, here it's the same, but here you have to put the S. No?
Mm-hmm.
What time does the film start? And do you know what time the film starts? And then here, where does she live? ¿Dónde vive? Could you tell me where she lives? The same. Practice. Transformation time for you, Bruno.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Yeah, that's not what I want, okay? I don't want a translation, I want a transformation. Yeah, where is the bathroom? Do you know where is the bathroom? You could, can you think of another way to make it an indirect question?
Could you tell me where the bathroom is?
Yeah, for example. Belén?
Could you tell me when the train leaves?
If you do it like that, you have to put the S on. Yeah? The S, yeah. Yeah, okay. Could you tell me when the train leaves? Because what happens is the S that is here goes here. Yeah, instead of conjugating the auxiliary, the question auxiliary, this is free key 4. Yeah, the question auxiliary. You put the S on the verb because you're conjugating the verb. Any other ways to turn it into an indirect question instead of do you know or could you tell me?
Can you?
Can you tell me? Any other ways? Can, he, could, they're like the same modal. ¿Tienes una idea? This could be a language stone, huh? What about any idea? And how would you follow the sentence?
Have you any idea?
You can literally say any idea. But you could also say, have you any idea? Or do you have any idea is better. Yeah? But have you any idea exists, right? But it's not technically correct. Do you have any idea? It's because have you any idea comes from have you got any idea?
Okay.
The same as any idea is valid because it's an abbreviation of this. Yeah? Have you any idea is valid because it's an abbreviation of this. Okay? How do you finish it? For the second one.
An idea when train leaves.
When the train leaves. Yeah? Any idea when the train leaves? Yeah, you have to avoid the temptation of using does. You don't need it again. And you have to put the S on the verb. Okay? Why is he late?
¿Puedo tener también el any idea?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why he is late?
Good. Do you have any idea why he is late? Could you tell me why he is late? Does anyone know why he is late? Yeah? Focus structures, cleft sentences. This is the one that I said is oración hendida, which also exists in Spanish, okay? It doesn't matter the name of it, okay? But the examples explain themselves. I met Sarah yesterday. It was yesterday that I met Sarah.
I know this.
Yeah? We look.
Ring me, a ver, this.
It
Ring
rings. Rings.
It rings me. A ver.
Me no.
It rings me.
Yeah, that's a Spanishism. Yeah, because in Spanish you have me suena.
Yeah.
Okay? And we don't use that reflexivity. Okay?
Lo sé, pero como lo dije, it's ringing.
You don't
A
need
ver,
to personalize it. Yeah, you can after. It's fine just to say it rings a bell. But if you want to personalize it, then you have to say for me. That rings a bell for me.
that
and you have to use-
rings a bell for me.
Yeah.
Ah,
From the questions
Yes.
content that I gave you in the first course.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That you can, in some cases, you can borrow this part of the sentence.
Yeah, it's like flipping the sentence, no? It's like,
more information.
yeah, it's changing the focus of the information. It's changing the emphasis that we place on the sentence, because here, I met Sarah yesterday. Perhaps the important information or the focus of the sentence is I met Sarah. It doesn't matter whether it was yesterday or last week or last month. But maybe the important information or the information that is required is when, no? And so we want to say, it was yesterday. Oh God, yeah. It was yesterday that I met Sarah. Which in Spanish is totally relevant and necessary too. So this structure highlights the most important information. Yeah? Second example. Normal phrase. She bought the book. Ella compró el libro. Frase con foco. It was she who bought the book. Fue ella quien compró el libro. Yeah? And so you need to know how to say it. Again. It's also where this fue. Fue. Which verb does that come from in Spanish? Okay. So this is a tense, a verb tense that we don't look at, or we haven't looked at very closely, no? When I gave you the translations for ser, Yeah? Friki uno. Yeah? I gave you present, past, future, conditional, perfect tenses, which is present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, conditional perfect. Yeah? But I did mention in the conjugation content that fue is just past tense. It's not a different, yeah? You have a translation for era, estaba, estuve, fui. I was. Ya está. Okay? Yeah, that's one of the things that I highlight in the essential course, but maybe you can't appreciate how amazing that is until you start to really look at it. Okay? It's just past tense of estado, of being. And so that's where it comes in, no? It was she. This is arguable. It was she who bought the book, or it was her who bought the book. You can hear both. It was her who bought the book. It was her. Because her, os he enseñado, she is the subject, is the active person, and her is the object, is the passive person. So for me, it's actually more natural to say, fue ella, it was her. It was her. If I was saying this sentence, I would say it was her who bought the book. Or it was him who bought the book. It was that man, yeah? But it was her, it was him, it's the object. It was she. Se escucha, pero lo tengo que mirar. ¿Por qué gramáticamente ponen una she there? Okay? You can see both. Example 3. Normal phrase. They discovered the mistake yesterday. It was yesterday that they discovered the mistake. Yeah? Practice. I finished the report yesterday.
It was yesterday that I finished the report.
Yeah, next one.
The problem, no? It was the problem. It was the problem. Me salió sola.
Yeah.
Sí.
Where do you want to put your emphasis?
¿Dónde está? En John, ¿no?
Yeah, okay.
Was John.
It was John. Yeah, no saltes un sujeto. Aquí John es el sujeto, pero si lo ponemos en indirecto, tenemos que tener un sujeto.
It was John who solved the problem.
It was John who solved the problem.
Solved the problem.
It was John who solved the problem. You could make the problem the emphasis. But it changes the meaning, no? You could say it was the problem that was solved by John. You know, or but it's slightly strange context to use that. But in another context, there might be a different way you could use the emphasis. Imagine that it was a solution. It might be more obvious to say it was the solution that John found, no? Instead of John found the solution. Next.
It was at the cafe when we met.
Where?
Where we met.
It was at the cafe where we met. You can also use that as well. Both. You can be more specific, like in your case. It was yesterday when I finished the report, or it was yesterday that I finished the report. Okay. Okay, here we're going to just quickly go over these little No, we're not. You can look at those at home, okay? Now I'm gonna make you talk in English. Yeah? Okay. Tell me something that you have been doing this week for pleasure.
Pues solamente se me ocurre una cosa.
How do you say that? How do you say that in English?
Pues no lo sé.
How do you say no lo sé in
I
English?
don't know.
Okay. Solamente se me ocurre una cosa. How do you say that in English?
Algo de pop up in my mind.
¿Algo de qué?
No sé.
Anyone?
If that's only one thing that
I only can say one thing.
Better. Belén es lo más pragmática o más básica, que me parece mejor.
there is only one
There is only one
thing that I
thing.
think.
There is only one thing that I can think of. But you can say it even simpler, even more simply. I can only think of one thing. ¿Yeah? La mayoría de nuestras frases están dirigidas por sujeto, verbo y bla bla bla. Yeah? I can only think of one thing. Or, again, we change the focus of the sentence. There is only one thing that I can think of. That's like this, okay? Like what we've just seen.
Playing video games.
Okay, what video games have you been playing? Car video games, of course, obviously. Do you have a console?
No, PC.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wanted to buy a real from Steam, a car game from Steam.
Steam.
Steam, la plataforma. Steam.
Like,
S-T-E-A-M.
okay, I have no idea. It doesn't ring a bell for me. Yeah? No me suena. It doesn't ring a bell
Me suena como a sello.
for me. No, steam es vapor. Steam es una palabra que se asociaba con los trenes antiguos que iban por carbón, ¿no? Steam trains. No sé si tiene algo, como estamos hablando de maquinaria, pues igual tiene algo que
No
ver.
sé, es una plataforma donde compras los juegos y ya está.
Okay,
Pero no.
yeah,
no sé.
whatever. Steam. Okay, so you wanted to buy a console or a game?
No, PC. I wanted to buy a game from Steam
Okay.
that is called. Que no me acuerdo el nombre. It's called. Night Runners.
Night Runners. Okay. And what's it about?
Racing.
Racing. Okay.
And yeah. Ahora espérate.
What were you doing? Researching.
Yeah.
You were researching the game to see if you wanted to buy it or
It's
not.
a demo. It's not the full game.
Ah, like a beta version or something.
Yeah.
Okay, like a trial version.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you want this game?
I don't know. It's good.
Okay. Do some of your friends play this game?
No.
How do you know about this game?
I don't know. I'm like. A ver, ¿cómo se me ocurre decir esto?
A ver, ¿cómo se me ocurre decir eso en inglés? A ver,
Give me 5.
yeah, give me a minute. Or, even more natural, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on es como colgarse, dejarte colgado, ¿no? Hang on a minute. Dame un segundo, hang on a minute.
Vale, ya. I saw a
¿Cómo
video-
¿Cómo se me ocurre esto?
How can I think about this?
How can I say this is better, no? Hang on a minute, how can I say this?
I saw
Hang on a minute,
video-
how can I say this? These are great sentences to buy you time in the language. Like, because you need time, I'm telling you, I've been teaching you, slow down, take your time. So, we're in a business meeting or we're in an official conversation with people who do not speak Spanish and they do not understand you, okay? So, You don't necessarily have to give the information away that you don't know how to say it in English. You can just be thinking about how to articulate this thing. Hang on a minute, how can I say this? Or what's the best way to explain this to you? Yeah?
I saw a video on YouTube.
Okay. About the game.
Yeah.
And it reeled you in, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Belen, something this week that you've done for pleasure. Por
Yesterday,
placer or por ocio. For pleasure. There are two words that have a similar sound, yeah? Pleasure and leisure. Pleasure is placer, leisure is ocio. Pleasure and leisure.
with pleasure and leisure, on Saturday evening, I went with my best friend. She name is Maya.
Her name.
Her name is Maya. We went to Casa Palacio.
Casa Palacio.
Casa Palacio.
Casa Palacio. Is that a restaurant?
No, it's a
It's
well,
a-
yes,
A terrace.
a terrace. It's a restaurant.
It rings a bell. Me suena. It rings a bell. But is it new?
Old is la Casa del Sol.
Ah, okay. It's the new name for Casa del Sol. Yeah, that's why it rings a bell, because I was talking to my partner about the Casa del Sol and he said to me, oh, I think that the owner has changed.
Cambiado de dueño.
Yeah, the
Yes.
owner has changed.
De owner.
The owner. Dueño is owner. The owner has changed.
The owner has changed, and now he's
It is called
It's
Casa
called Casa
Palacio.
Palacio.
That was what I was going to highlight for you. It is called, because you talked about your friend and you had to create a whole new sentence to say her name is. But you could just say, I went with my friend called Miriam or Mariam. Yeah, I went with my friend called Mariam and we went to this cool terrace called Casa Palacio. Yeah? So this is llamado, no? Llamado, llamarse. You can use that the same as in Spanish.
okay. Well, we went over there.
Yeah? The first time you've been
Yeah.
since the change, no?
Yeah, and there was a concert.
A concert.
A concert.
Yeah.
Beautiful concert.
Live music, live. In directo, no? Live,
Yeah.
live,
Alive.
live. Live music, no? Música en directo, live music.
Live music.
Cool.
It started at 7 o'clock. I like very much Tardeo. Tardeo.
Eso no tiene traducción.
No. Porque tardeo es irse por la tarde a un sitio, ¿no?
Tardeo es salir por la tarde a tomar un algo.
Un poco,
Yeah.
un poco como es el sobremesa, ¿no? Como decir, me encanta sobremesa.
No, porque el sobremesa es quedarse en la mesa.
Sí, yo entiendo que no es lo mismo, pero entiendo que es un concepto parecido,
El concepto
que no
de
se puede
tardeo-
traducir.
Tardeo es como estar de copas por la tarde.
Claro.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to say something like, I love having a drink with friends in the afternoon.
In a live, with live music.
With live music.
With live music. It was funny,
Fun.
fun.
Because funny is ha ha ha. Okay? Fun.
It was fun and beautiful
Yeah.
because we can see.
We could see
We could see the old park.
the old part of the city.
We can.
You had a view. You had a view. We had a view. We had a beautiful view, or we had an amazing view of the old part of the city. We could see the old part of the city. Is okay. too. Yeah.
We can drink the little bit.
We had. Go to we had. You don't need to say we could, because it's not hypothetical. It's not conditional. Yeah, we had a nice beer.
And music.
And
And
we
live
listened,
music.
we heard, you could say we heard some live music or we listened to some live music. Okay, lovely. Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah. Is it regular for them to have live music?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Every Sunday? Every Sunday afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a new plan for next Sunday maybe.
Next Sunday, there will be Mecano tributo. Tributo
Okay.
Mecano.
A Meccano tribute.
Yeah.
Meccano tribute. Hombre, you can pronounce Meccano like you want, you know, but you have to say Meccano tribute.
Yeah.
Tribute.
And last Sunday was music.
And last Sunday there was.
Es que no lo sé decir, por eso me he metido ahí. Música de los 80, 90, 2000.
We saw that, okay, en la década de, en español es un poco más largo, ¿no? But you can just say in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, yeah? So what you say, there was 80s music, there was 90s music, there was music. When you get here, it's different. When you say there was music from the 2000s, it doesn't sound good to say there was 2000s music. Suena raro. But here, yeah,
20s.
60s, 70s, 20s, you can say there were 20s music, there was 30s music. But the noughties don't really work. Sometimes people say the noughties because 0 in English is also naught. There's another word for it, naught. But I think it's very British, not American. And so sometimes people call the zeros, no, the naughties. And it's also a play on words, no? Because naughty like this, this is OU and this is AU, naughty is travieso. Okay? Maybe I just invented that. But when it's a year 2000 or 1000, you say, like, you know, you have the 20s, no? But you don't, when it's the year 1000, you don't say it. Okay, so the 20s.
The new century.
Yeah, exactly. At the turn of this.
The first year of the new century.
Yeah, at the turn of the century. Yeah, that's a phrase. At the turn of the century. Cuando se cumplió el nuevo siglo. Yeah, at the turn of the century. But the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. We went to a 40s theme party. We went to a 50s theme party. Yeah.
Pero si dices 20s, también se puede confundir con 1920, ¿no? ¿No?
So you can confuse it from when?
1920.
That's what we're talking about. Claro, tú ya tienes otro concepto de tiempo que no tenemos nosotros. Yeah, the 20s is the 1920s. Okay, we are not talking about the 2020s. Eso es donde estamos ahora, ¿no?
Pero
So,
también se decía los años 20.
yeah,
O sea,
exactly.
es como que antes se hacía o los años 80, ahora no se dicen los años 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Refiriéndonos a 2010.
Yeah, exactly.
¿Sabes?
Exactly. It doesn't work.
Yo creo que porque antiguamente en el anterior siglo todo se marcaba mucho por décadas, porque cada década era muy diferente a la
Sí,
anterior.
pero esta nueva generación ya le ha dado nombre. Mi niño es del 09, el otro es del 012, el otro es del 010. Ya están marcados, ya tienen nombre.
Yeah, and we have this whole generational names as well, no? Like millenniums and blah, blah, blah.
Bueno,
What was I going to say? But you can also use this for your age, because that's how I introduced it to you before. I said, in my 20s, I could run really fast, no? Cuando yo tenía 20 años o 20 tantos años, I could, yeah? Exactly. But it could be for me. It doesn't mean in the 20s. It's my 20s. Yeah, but you can't use that because you're a baby. But I'm 40. So I could say in my 30s, blah, blah, blah. Or in my 20s, blah, blah, blah. Or in my teens, blah, blah, blah. You can use I'm in my teens. Y ya está. Okay? I'm in my teens. Or when I was a baby. Or when I was, a little boy. Okay, you said something about something you've done for pleasure or something that gave you pleasure.
On Saturday evening, my mother teach me.
My mother taught
My
me
mother taught me how coser.
how to sew.
¿Cómo es coser?
Sew. To sew.
To sew with machine.
With the sewing machine.
With the sewing machine.
Yeah, you could even say to machine sew if you wanted to. Yeah, or you could say my mother taught me how to use a sewing machine. Yeah, máquina de coser is sewing machine. Okay, cool. That suits you, no? Because you are a potential fashion designer in the making, no?
I hate to pay 1,000 years for a dress when I put only a day. So I intend to learn very professional use the machine set, the sewing machine.
Yeah, you intend to learn.
Make dresses for me.
You intend to learn advanced use of the sewing machine to make event clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, just for you.
Yes.
or maybe.
No, just for me because I don't want to pay for the other shops. Like the dress is very expensive than the quality of
Yeah, you don't want to pay high prices for something that, one, you think you can make yourself, and two, that maybe the quality does not correspond to the price.
All people dress up.
Everyone,
equal.
all people know, everyone. Everyone dresses,
Everyone dresses
third person, the same.
The same.
Everyone dresses the same.
So,
Yeah, because they buy from the thing. Hello.
everyone are in the same situation.
Everyone is in the same situation. Okay, good luck with that. I spent a lot of time learning how to use a sewing machine. And I spent a lot of time wanting to throw the sewing machine out the window. But I also had that relationship with the guitar as well.
Normalmente solo cojo los bajos de los pantalones, pero llegan.
Por ahí sí.
Okay, yeah. Can you use a sewing machine? Do you know how to use a sewing machine?
I did one time. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
I did a little bag
You made
for the pencil.
pencil case. You made a pencil case. Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
Is something, yeah?
And you?
Does your mum sew?
Yo creo que sí,
Yeah.
porque le enseñó su abuela.
In English.
Her grandma.
Yo creo que sí,
I think so,
because
because her grandma taught her.
taught. La GH no suena, ¿ok? Es pasado irregular de teach. Teach, taught. Y el participio también es taught. Teach, taught, taught. Taught. Dilo.
Taught. No, that's okay.
No, you said it fine. Her grandma taught her.
Her Our grandma talks.
Yeah. No intentes pronunciar la GH. Imagina que estás pronunciando algo así. Taught. Taught. Sin R, por supuesto, pero con R inglesa, ¿no? O. Cuando yo digo la palabra o, no digo or, ¿no? No enrollo. Si fuera americana, pues podría decirlo or, no, o. And it's the same sound, taught. Igual que talk. La L no suena, ¿no? Sabemos que se escribe talk, ¿no? Es talk, taught. Vas directamente a la T, taught. Okay? Finished? Happy?
Happy.
Okay. I'm happy that you're happy.